Good evening and welcome to the watch long. Yes, sorry, I am late. Apologies about that. We are very much ready here for this one. It is Harlequins, the final game of the Challenge Cup round of 16, final game of the weekend in European rugby. I mean, what a weekend of rugby we've had. I hope everyone is doing very well. Happy Easter to all of you. If you're celebrating, happy Easter to you. If you're not, and you are simply just having the day off, I hope you've had a very, very good day off. Welcome along to the watch long. I hope you're doing very well this evening. Sorry, it is good to have you alongside. Let's have a look who's in the chat. We've got quite a few of you in. Sean O'Farrell's in the chat already. Edinburgh got smashed. And I say the same as Scott. It seems like the French and English clubs are determined to do well in the European Cup. Gregor Galway agreeing there. Good evening, Gregor. Hope you're doing well. YouTube, good evening. Hope you are doing well as well. Good to see you. Shame about Edinburgh today, wasn't it? But hope everyone is doing well. Let me know in the chats where you're watching from, who you're supporting this evening. We will go through the teams in just a second. And we'll have a look at how the action has gone throughout the day in both competitions. It's been a very busy day. We've had some big results. We've had some huge hidings. So we'll go through them as always. Let's have a look through some of the comments. Stephen Somerville, now's the time to stand up for the Ulstermen tonight. Gregor Galway is very nervous for this one. But I think we're in for a good game. I think we really are in for a good game this evening. We will go through both teams in just a second. If you're watching, make sure you've liked the stream and you subscribed if you are new. Let me know who you're backing this evening. Who's going to win this one? It'll be interesting to see how this one goes for sure. So Ulster against the Harlequins. Final game of a brilliant weekend of European rugby. Let me know as well in the chat, just before kickoff, what's been your favourite game so far to watch? Let me know in the chat. What's been your favourite game so far to watch? So there's been some absolutely brilliant games throughout the course of the weekend, hasn't there? Starting on Friday night and all the way through till now, we've had a lot of great rugby, haven't we? Been treated to some fantastic games, some questionable defending from the Welsh regions, which I'm sure we'll get into that discussion over the course of the evening. I'm sure we will have a couple of chats about that over the course of the evening. Right, without further ado, let's have a look who's in the chat just before we get into there. Rugby Geeks is in the chat. Rugby Geeks, great channel. If you're not yet checked it out, make sure to check out his channel. It's a fantastic channel. Makes some fantastic content, does a lot of watch longs. And we're trying to work together to make sure that we're not crossing over too many watch longs. So if I'm not doing a watch long, he's definitely doing one. So check him out. Gregor Galway says, I'm going to say their hooker scored versus us in the past. Someone called Pontepandi Fire Brigade set Parker Scowlets on fire. I mean, it was a bit mad, wasn't it? I didn't catch all the game. I caught a bit of it, but it wasn't great, was it? YouTube, as an Edinburgh fan, I'm a bit annoyed about earlier, to say the least. Indeed, Wasps and Clermont was a fantastic game, wasn't it? What a way to finish that game that was. Sean says, I hope Ulster to win tonight, but after seeing what happened yesterday with Connacht, I'm not too sure. We've got to be honest, Harlequins have really rotated their side, and we will go through it in just a second. Let's have a look at more. Jacobus is in the chat, boys. I got my beer and I'm ready to watch a great game of rugby. Absolutely, Jacobus. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you in the chat. Not Edinburgh Racing as your favourite game for sure, so probably the Wasps game. Absolutely. Exeter game was your favourite. Get ready to back us, Ulster. Let me know as well who you're supporting this evening. Who'd you like to see win this one? Be great to see. James Cody, great. Well, Leinster's still an absolute classic. Well, a French classic. I mean, I'm sure they're enjoying their waffles now, aren't they? La Rochelle game. Absolutely. Ben Ford's in the chat. Fancy moving to Albania with me, bud. I mean, as a Welshman, I'm going to keep pretty quiet tonight about what's happened this weekend because it's been an absolute shambles. But myself and Ben, tomorrow night, we're going to be doing the Welsh Rugby Round show on the 3bod Rugby YouTube channel. So I'll drop a link into the chat throughout the course of the watch along. We're really going to go into depth on what went wrong for the Welsh regions and the bigger issues surrounding that. What does it really highlight? What does it really mean for Welsh rugby? So we're going to do that tomorrow, 8:30 UK and Ireland time, 8:30. So do join us for that. Let me know that you're in the chat as always. Different channel, but it's going to be me and Ben doing that. Just me and Ben, and we're going to be chatting about that, and that's going to be great. So we're going to do that. 20 of you currently watching, fantastic, and we've not even hit kickoff yet. So really good to see you in the chat. Right, let's get into the teams. We'll start with the Harlequins, the home side. Let's go through it from the fullback. Green starts at fullback with Northmore on the wing alongside Heron. Lang and Lasike plays in the centre. Lang, fantastic centre, isn't he? In the fullbacks then, Heron and Scott Steele, the Scottish scrum half. In the front row then, Garcia, Bottier, Elia, Collier. I just said Garcia's two different people. Sorry. Garcia, Bottier, Elia and Collier in the front row. Tizard and Hammond in the locks. White, Kenningham and Lauday as captain. On the bench, living Chisholm, Tuporia, Stafford, Cherofficius, Cavabatsa, Kerrod, Els and Head. Looking at Harlequins then. Harlequins, we just looked at Harlequins. It's been a mad day at work, so ignore my little blunders this evening. The Ulster lineup like this. Very much a strong side, you'd have to say. Michael Lowry starts at fullback with Robert Balaku starting on the wing alongside Jacob Stockdale. Stuart McCluskey and James Hume playing the centres. Billy Burns and John Cooney start at 10 and 9. Keep an eye on Cooney tonight. He could be very, very pivotal in this one. In the front row then, we have Eric O'Sullivan, Rob Herring, Marty Moore. We also then in the locks have Alan O'Connor, Kieran Treadwell. And the back row then is Sean Riley, Geordie Murphy as captain, and Nick Timoney. On the bench, leaving O'Toole, Matheson, Andrew, Izuchukwu, Madigan, Warwick, Raya, and McElroy. So let me know your thoughts on those teams in the chat. Let me know who you're backing this evening. Very excited to see how this one goes. I think we're going to see some good rugby for sure, but it's going to be a challenge. And throughout the course of the evening as well, this can be a bit more of a chilled watch along. So make sure to get your questions in, your thoughts on the game start the weekend. Get them in, and we'll go through them in a little bit more detail, and we'll have a little bit more of a chat about them. Don't forget the option of a super chat is available if you'd like to do that. Again, there's absolutely no pressure to do that. If you want to support the channel financially, there's that you can do, or you can buy a sticker, and your message will be highlighted in the chat in a lovely colour. So it's there for you if you'd like to make use of that. Again, absolutely no pressure if you don't want to, but it's there if you'd like to make use of it. And if you're watching and you're new here, subscribe. It's free to do, and like the stream. So Harlequins and Ulster to close out a brilliant weekend of European rugby. Absolutely brilliant. It's been so enjoyable to catch some of the games. Not caught all of them, unfortunately, but would like to have caught some more. For sure. Both teams are about to come out. There we go. Just sorting a couple of bits there. There we go. Let's have a look at some of the comments. Good fullback there saying Gregor Galway. Jacobus says, I will support Ulster for tonight, but only because Marcel Coetzee is coming to the Blues. Indeed. And of course, we have the Rainbow Cup coming up, which we'll be doing a lot of watch alongs for that as well. So very excited for that one. And Lowry, watch out for him. Aojung Singh, welcome along to the watch along, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Thoughts on Northampton Saints' chance of winning the Challenge Cup? There were moments they were shaky. Against the Dragons. But again, the Welsh regions in Europe, I mean, it's been horrific this weekend. But a really good comeback from them. I mean, Naivoro on the wing is ridiculous. He's absolutely ridiculous. And with the likes of Bigger to come back and start and people like that, you can have a very, very strong team. Harlequins are coming out right now, playing in their European jersey, I believe it is. Isaac Cornwell, I'm a Sale fan, and if I'm dreaming, I don't want anyone ever to wake me up. Luckily, I'm an Ospreys fan, but I always want the Welsh Regions to do well. Scarlets got a bit of a pummeling today, didn't they? Absolutely got smashed in some parts of that game. It was pretty horrific. Caught some of it, not all of it. I'll catch up on it. Again, as I said, Welsh Rugby Roundup show tomorrow on the 3bod Rugby Group Facebook page and YouTube channel. So do join us for that. Anyway, both teams are out. It is going to be Ulster to kick us off. Ulster in their red. Roman Pratt is the referee. And we are underway here at the Twickenham Stoop. And the final game of the weekend is underway. Predictions in the chat, guys. Who are you backing to win this one? Who's going to do it? Who's going to win? Let me know in the chat, and I'll let you know at the end if you're right or wrong. Make sure to let me know in the chat, though, who you're backing tonight. I think the quality on the pitch should be enough for Ulster tonight. It should be, but we saw that with Connacht last night against Leicester. You know, Leicester yesterday had a very weak team out on the whole. Connacht had a very experienced side, and Leicester ran away with it in the end and did really well. And that was a great game, and we covered that last night, didn't we? So that was awesome to cover that last night. So knocked on there by Quinn, just in the middle of the pod. Bit of a scrappy start, a minute on the clock. Danny Kerr in the commentator's booth. He's been brilliant this season, so I have no idea why they're not playing him. It doesn't seem like Quins are taking this competition very seriously. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this one, if I'm being totally honest. Doesn't feel like they're taking it all too seriously. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Sean, I found one word, hiding, for today's game. I mean, Edinburgh Scarlets all got hiding. The Bristol Bordeaux game was not as close as I thought it would. I actually thought Bristol would win that, but they obviously didn't. I says also should have this slightly disappointing Harlequins rested so many as they have been on great form. And I want Quins, but putting the Shags out should prove to be a bad idea indeed. I mean, this Ulster team is a better team on paper, but Quins get the first penalty. Good work over the breakdown. Scott Steele, I think, has won the turnover there, the scrum half. Interesting to see him winning the scrum half, winning a turnover there. That is a big turnover, you got to say. So Quins with the first opportunity of the game. So here come Harlequins into the 22 of Ulster. Going through the forwards here. Harlequins starting with a lot of intensity early on here. Very, very impressed by them so far. The youngsters and the fringe players really playing for the Quins this evening. 5 phases in here. Not really going forward here, Quins, though. Just outside the 22 now. Good defence from Ulster. Both teams like to run with ball in hand, so we should be in for a good game today. Big tackle there. Geordie Murphy, very good tackle from him. Scott Steele gets it out. The winger comes off. His wing into the centre. Decent pace on this ball. That's been forced too much, and it'll be a line out to Ulster. And if we've been totally honest, good intensity from Quins, but not really penetrating the Ulster defence all that much. But line out to Ulster, just inside their 22. They win the line out very, very comfortably. Penalty there for Ulster in their own 22, and this should be a very, very easy clearance for them. There we go. So we are off and running in this one. 5 minutes and a half gone. Not all that much happening. They aren't broadcasting this game in South Africa. Unfortunately, I'll keep you up to date, Jacobus. Don't you worry. Keep you up to date on what is going on in this match. Ulster with their first real chance to attack here. Balakoum coming off his wing. John Cooney, he's going to be very important tonight. We know he's going to be important. He's an integral part to the way this Ulster team play. Great goal kicker. Is he an option for the Lions at 9? I mean, he's not playing regularly for Ireland for whatever reason, but is he an option for the Lions at 9? Or do you feel like he needs to be playing international rugby to be considered? Let me know in the chat your thoughts on that one. Cooney spreads it out. Good hands here. Stockdale might be in. Very good tackle on Lowry. But Ulster really beginning to pick up their game here. Some good ground made from Ulster here. McCluskey carries hard. Is he held up? No. So into the 22. Burns plays out to Balakoum. Balakoum with a little bit of pace here. Can he get over the line? He's held just short. Surely a try is coming, and it is. And McCluskey crashes over. And McCluskey's crashed over here. And Ulster have the first try, and it really is as easy as that. Stuart McCluskey crashing over. And Ulster take the lead in this one. Ulster, really good work. Balakoum steps in beautifully. And there's always that option of a strong, powerful centre. Cooney finds McCluskey, and it's a simple crash over, really, for Ulster. Ulster lead this one 5 points to 0. Nearly 8 minutes gone in this one. So John Cooney will look to add the 2 points. Very, very good start for Ulster there. Really on their first attack of the game as well. It's a pretty simple kick. And he's got it. And Quinn's lead this one 7 points to 0. And 7 points to 0. I mean, Ulster trying to play here from their own 22, and they might force that a little bit too much with a cross kick there from Burns, which goes straight out. So it'll be a line out here for It was a pretty poor kick there from Burns, really, to Stockdale. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Let's have a look. Stephen Somerville says, Balakoon made that play work. He should be considered for Ireland if he continues his form. He's been a really exciting youngster. Wasn't he out for a very long time with injury? Am I correct in saying that? You have to remind me on that. Jake says, shocking weekend for the regions, need to recruit better in the summer. Absolutely. And as I said before, we're going to be really rounding that up and going over that in detail tomorrow night, 8:30 on the Welsh Rugby Roundup show. So do join us for that. Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to really debunk that more on Friday, on tomorrow night's show, 8:30. So we're going to debunk that a little bit more. So Billy Burns sends Ulster down a little bit. Just over 10 minutes gone in this one. Yeah, nearly a whole year. I'm pretty sure he's out for a very long time, yeah. I've forgotten to share this on the community tab on my channel. Make sure you check the community tab now and again. It should come up in your feed anyway. But it just lets you know about what's going on the channel and lets you vote on the different games that we could potentially be watching. Advantage to Ulster here, though. I'll come back for the original penalty there. Yeah, it's an interesting debate. Obviously, it's academies at the minute. I mean, the regions are in a bit of a tough spot financially as well. I mean, there were talks that the Scarlets and the Ospreys would become a region 2 years ago. I mean, you can't be having that, can you? You just can't be having that. They should do what France and England are still South African school points. I mean, we've stolen a Tongan. We've got a couple of English-born lads in there. Not sure if we have any other nationality in there. At the end, if they do their residency, we have a Samoan in Willis Halaholo. But as long as you do the residency, I don't think it really matters all that much. Kenny's decided to go for the points here. So an opportunity for Ulster to just get a little bit of space, discipline, letting down Harlequins so far. They're not really taking this competition seriously, are they? They're just not taking it seriously. So Cooney will look to have the 2 points. He is successful, and Ulster lead this one 10 points to 0. 13 minutes in. So Harlequins will restart here. And if we're being totally honest, they haven't offered all that much. So Cooney will send this one high into the heavens. Well taken by the fullback. Now, opportunity to attack for Quins. We haven't seen much from them. And they knock it forward. They knock it forward from that opportunity there. So look at some more of your comments. Freddie Clark says about Quins, they want to get to the top 4, then go for Europe. I mean, I can understand that. But this is a competition that you can win. You knock out Ulster. And yes, you got Northampton still in there, who are a very strong side. Who else would you have? The Irish are a good team, but you think Quins are probably better than London Irish with a full strength side. You got Bath still in there. I mean, apart from that, who really are the stronger teams in there? I mean, the Ospreys have been knocked out, who are a very strong side. So, scrum then to Ulster. It's getting warm. So, scrum to Ulster, 15 minutes into this one. News, of course, over the past week about certain Mike Brown heading to Newcastle at the end of the season. So, interesting move for him. Interesting to see how he gets on. Solid scrum from both teams. Cooney brings it out. Billy Burns. Ball out wide here. Stockdale decides to put boot to ball. It's not the greatest kick from the Irish international. And Harlequins will come forward from their 10-metre line here. A little bit of space to run here. James Lang takes it into contact. We've not seen him yet in this game at all. Scott Steele at 9. I was very impressed by Scott Steele. That's for my OnlyFans. I'll be saving that for the OnlyFans. Don't you worry. If things go down in life, I'll start on OnlyFans. Let's have a look at some more of your comments. I don't really like the residents who are discouraging local kids from taking up the mantle. It was changed recently from 3 to 5 years. So this whole thing about CJ standard for me is a load of rubbish. It's been nearly 10 years. And it's the same with people like Halahola. Worked really hard, been fantastic for the Blues. And I think at the end of the day, if you're willing to commit 5 years of your life to a certain place, I believe that's enough, in my humble opinion. I think you've shown enough there. I think Roman Pratt is checking something here. I'm not too sure what he's looking for. Thank you to everyone who subscribed this evening. We are pushing very, very close towards 1,450 subs. So I'd love to hit that tonight if we can. So if you're not yet subscribed, hit the button down below. It's free to do. Helps grow the channel. Helps make content like this more for you. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button. I think Roman Pratt's decided not to have a look at something there. So Quinn's obviously have a very, very strong scrum. Scrum goes straight down and Ulster win the penalty at the scrum. Nothing is going Quinn's way so far. Nothing is working for them. It's just not clicking for them here. Let's have a look at some more of your comments. I agree on that. Absolutely agree on that. And I think what we're seeing now is we're seeing the World Rugby going to put some money into the Fijian sides to be in Super Rugby, which I think is awesome. Is it enough money though for these Fijian players? The culture is in Fiji. If you earn a lot of money, you send it all back home. So if a club in France comes and says, look, we'll offer you, I don't know, 100 grand a year, compared to maybe earning 30 grand at home. You have to go to France, beautiful place in the world. Obviously, Fiji is beautiful, but you have to live in Paris, maybe play for Racing, or you live in the south of France. Different lifestyle, different experiences that you never would have got. You know, it's very difficult to turn that kind of thing down, I think, personally. But yes, I agree with you. And I think it's good that they're investing in those countries. I mean, Eddie Jones said it, New Zealand have the best academy in the world. They're Fiji, Samoa and Tonga. So he said it, didn't he? Freddie Clark says, you said Falcons were an easy draw. No, you are. I didn't say they were easy. I said it was a favourable draw. But we're 14-0 up. Every single of the regions, bar the Scarlets, have gone up in the games, have led in the games, and then have lost it. So is it an experience thing? Is it a discipline thing? Is it a fitness thing? Is it a skill set thing? It's a massive question. Then you look at the national side, which does so well consistently. I mean, Wales have been one of the most successful sides in the past 10 years. And that's not over-exaggerating at all. We've won Grand Slams. We won Six Nations champions. No one lives in Wales. I mean, we've got 3 million people, and we won the Six Nations. England have what, 60-odd million, and they finished 5th. I mean, what does that tell you? But it is an interesting debate on the whole thing. What was the CJ Standard debate? A lot of people saying, not a lot, I think majority of people are very encouraging of him deciding to retire at the end of the season after the Lions, if he is picked, which he should be, in my opinion. But the whole talk of that, he's just come over to Ireland to earn a little bit more money, and now he's, earned the money, he's off, he's 30, he's retiring. I think COVID has made people really think more. I mean, Ulster just won another penalty at the breakdown. At the scrum, sorry. We're 20 minutes in, nearly halfway through this first half. And Harlequins are really struggling in this one, really struggling. But yes, CJ Standard, the whole situation on that, the whole situation on that, for me, he's been an absolute warrior. He's been here for nearly 10 years, signed for most of the 2011-2012 season, has been brilliant for Ireland, you've got to say. And of what I understand, is really embedded into the community, got to know the community well. And COVID makes you think about what's important in life. And amazingly, there are more important things in life than rugby, which will surprise you to know, but there are a couple more important things. Good driving maul here from Ulster. They've gone probably about 15 metres here. They're into the 22. Referee calls for once. John Cooney takes it, finds the try scorer McCluskey. It's very important for Quinns here that they don't concede another one quickly. Because you'd have to say that Quinns' discipline has been really, really poor. I mean, looking at the two teams, Lowry, Stockdale, looking at the two teams, Ulster are very much the stronger side. I don't know why teams like Quinns don't go for it. Billy Burns into McCluskey. McCluskey looking for Ballacoom. Ballacoom catches it, steps beautifully. The young Irishman, is that a high tackle? Yes, it is. Ball out wide here. It's gone out, so they'll come back for the penalty. Are they going to have a look at this? I doubt it. I think Ballacoom was dipping quite a bit. Yeah, they're not going to look at that. Scott Steele on Ballacoom. Let's have a look at some more of your comments. Island of Galway, Thomas don't play players outside province for the nation. I mean, we've seen that with Wales, with Gatland's Law, and we've seen a lot of Welsh players come back, which is really encouraging for us. I mean, Will Rowland's coming back. Rhys Priestland, probably past his best, is coming back. He's been playing really well for Bath. If you watch the Premiership, he's been playing very, very well for them. Thomas Francis is coming back. He's coming to the Ospreys next season. So a lot of players are coming back to Wales, which is really good to see. Another driving maul from Ulster here. I think this is going to be try time for Ulster. Yes, it is. It's a try for Ulster. And I mean, it's been coming. It's been absolutely coming. And Ulster are up to 15 points in this one. I mean, it's been coming for a while, you'd have to say. I will get to your comments in a second, guys. But it is another try for Ulster here. It is a try for Rob Hemming, the hooker. It's off the driving maul. Harlequins' defence, I mean, their maul defence there is all over the place. And he simply just plops over the line. And I think Harlequins could be in for a very long night tonight. I really think that they could. 15 points to 0. Just over halfway through this first half. 15 points to 0. And let's have a look at some more of your comments. Where do we get up to? We ought to see Lucha. Do you think Duran van der Merwe will be able to help Worcester and keep them in the league when he joins? I really like Duran van der Merwe as a player. I don't see Worcester being that much of a step up from Edinburgh. I think it's a step up from Edinburgh. But why would he have gone to Worcester, who are a relegation threatened team every single season? I just don't get that move. Unless there's a lot of money involved. I don't get that move at all. I really don't get that move. He could have waited for a bigger club. After Six Nations he could have had a much bigger club come in for him. Cooney's just got the conversion, 17-0 up. If Ulster get the next try, they'll run away with this one, I think. I did back Ulster to get the job done today pretty comfortably. I'll be surprised if we see anything different. Let's have a look at some more of your comments. Really good comment here by Rugby Geeks. The CJ standard debate should be around player burnout. If you look at Pro's career, they started 13 to 14. You will have 15 to 16 years to a pro club. Very, very true. I mean, the guy's been playing, and to think how physical the game has got. You know, it's just mad. We've seen all the injuries. And yeah, people talk about the red cards. And I understand the argument to an extent, but we've got to keep players safe. So I understand that. Richard Huey, hi, man. How are you doing, Richard? Hope you're doing. How was work? It was good tithing, but it was good cleaning today in work. So my hands are a little bit blistered. So, but otherwise, it was all good. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Yes, Freddie Clark, I was happy with the win. A lot of people wrote stuff. Yes, Leicester get a really good win. Get a really good win yesterday against Connacht, against a very strong Connacht side. And again, it raised that question of the difference between the Premiership and the top 14 and the Pro 14 and the difference of quality that we're seeing in there. Stephen Somerville is very happy with the game so far. Robert Caldwell, teams who are coming from big deficits this weekend. On the other hand, the Scarlets. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the teams, and it's very obvious the mindset of Harlequins going into this game. They're not taking it seriously. They're like, we'll put people out. We'll see what happens. If we win, we win. If we don't, well, we'll focus on the Prem. And they've been playing very well in the Prem, you got to say. And let's have a look at some more. I don't get how we're so bad. We have a good team, I think, on paper. We just can't play a lot. Again, for the teams in the Pro 14, bar the Irish provinces, well, Leinster, Munster, most of it, Leinster specifically, when teams lose their international stars, it really does affect them. The depth is not there. Ulster trying to attack here, but that kick is not going to work. I mean, I'm surprised. Harlequins don't help themselves. They're trying to run it from their own 22 there when really should have kicked it straight off. But yes, the difference between the amount of players and the quality of players that they can pick from. I mean, in Wales, big issue here. We have four regions. I live in North Wales. My closest club is 2 hours away in Manchester. That is Sale Sharks. That's my closest professional side. That is my closest professional side. Is there... How could a young player from my area, they could go play for RGC, which is a semi-professional side. They play in the Welsh Premiership. But after that, they'd have to go across the border to play in England. They'd have to go across the border and play in England. They'd have to do it. Let's have a look at some more of your comments. Your comments are flying in, folks. It's great to see. Thank you for joining this evening. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't done so already. Ulster coming forward here. This could be another try for Herring at the back of the breakdown. And it's another try. It's not Herring. Let's see who it is. But Ulster have their third. And oh my word, we could be in for an absolute mauling. It is Reedy who's got the try there. And you've got to say that, yeah, it's going to be a long evening for Harlequins. But again, just the team they've put out is just not good enough to match this Ulster squad. And also, I mean, the Pro 14's over. We got the Rainbow Cup, but how much do teams really care about that? I'm not too sure. But Ulster, 22 points nil. We've seen some hammerings today. Could we see another one? Let's get back to your comments. There are lots going on, so it might take a bit of time to get through to them. Where do we get to? YouTube. I don't get how we are so bad. We have good team, I think, on paper, but we just can't play. I think Edinburgh have had a really tough season. I think Glasgow have also had a really tough season. Not sure what it's down to, but you'll be back next season for sure. And you got one of the best sevens in the world in your team in Hamish Watson. Cooney's going to try and get this conversion. I'll change the score if he gets it. It's not too difficult. Isaac Cornwell says, for me, Worcester's a step down from Edinburgh. At least Edinburgh give a chance that you have stepped down for Duhan van der Merwe. I think step down maybe a bit harsh, but he could have gone to a much bigger side, in my opinion. Cooney has added the 2 points. 24 points, 2-0. in this one already. Ulster absolutely flying. Harlequins have been poor and very, very ill-disciplined. Let's have a look. Hello, GQ Pure 41. I think I got that right. I'm rooting for Ulster. I hope you're well. If you're new, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. You're doing very well so far. I mean, you're 24-0 up, and Harlequins haven't looked like scoring at all. Whenever you attack, you look like scoring. So, indeed. Do you think there's a chance the winner of the Champions Cup is in a French team? Well, we've got Exeter against Leinster, which knocks one of the teams out straight away. I'd probably back Leinster to win that one. I think Leinster really are your only team that you'd really seriously consider to potentially win the Champions Cup. Let's just have a reminder of who is in there. So you've still got... So you've still got Exeter, and you've got Sale, who are English, and you've got Leinster, who are Irish. All the other are French. So you've got Clermont against Toulouse, which would be an amazing game. You've got Bordeaux against Racing, which again would be a good game. You'd probably back Racing to win that. Exeter against Leinster, that's down at Sandy Park. And then you've got La Rochelle against Sale. I was very impressed by La Rochelle against Gloucester. Very, very impressed. This is the first time Harlequins will really get a decent attack here. James Lang carrying it deep into the 22. Scott Steele's gone on the blind side. There's options here. He's come off Balacombe and gone backwards. It's a big opportunity there for them. James Lang with a really strong carry. I mean, Balacombe really has to do better there, you'd have to say. They're going to get a line out here on the 5-metre line, so we'll see how that goes. So, yes, we've still got Exeter, Leinster and Sale, who are non-French. I mean, the way that La Rochelle played really impressed me. Racing impressed me. Toulouse as well. We will be doing a watch-along for one of them games. We'll keep an eye on all the games. I mean, every single quarter-final next week is on a Friday night, which is a bit of a bummer, because I'm not sure which one to do as a watch-along. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. Let's have a look. Lots of comments. Let's just see how this bit goes. There's a driving more for Harlequins. This could be a try. Good defence from Ulster. Billy Burns with a good tackle there. I mean, that's just pure stupidity. I mean, Ulster have had a man sent to the bin. And that is just pure stupidity. Geordie Murphy, the captain, so experienced. I mean, he's just come flying in from the side. It's so obvious that he's not meant to be doing that. So Harlequins tap and go. So a bit of a lifeline here. A man up. And camped on the 5-metre line of Ulster. As they come forward. I will get to your comments in a minute, guys. I'm just watching this section of play. Some big carries coming in here from the Quins boys, but some solid defence. Heaven going for the line. Tackled very well. Steele gets it out. Surely this is going to be a trial. What a tackle that is. I think he's stopped there. He's probably one of the best tackles I've seen in a very, very long time. Another advantage here to the home team. Quinn's looking to get something before half-time with 8 minutes to go in this first half. They're still carrying on. They got there. Finally. Finally, they've got there. Finally, Quins have their try. Wow. Whoa. A lot of hard work there to push over. Lorday crashes over the number 8 and captain for the day. Crashes over, and Harlequins finally have some scores on the board. Harlequins 5, Ulster 24. I mean, we've seen a lot of good comebacks this weekend. Could we potentially see another one here? They will look to add the 2 points. Has anyone had a chocolate egg, by the way, today? I'm just snacking on some lovely, a little pack that came with the orange mini popping candy. Orange chocolate. Ooh. Beautiful. They have actually got that conversion as well. So 7 points to 24 isn't too bad. But it's still going to be a really big task for the Quins. Let's have a look at some of your comments then. Geez, I've missed so many. I do apologise. Rugby Geeks believes that Exeter could do it. They've got a tough game, of course, against Leinster. This is amazing to watch. It is a good game. Absolutely sure. This is why you should always play your strong side. I mean, that is a lifeline for Harlequins. But it's going to be really, really tough for them. I mean, you're thinking they probably need to get something before half-time. And then there's a 10-point gap. So we'll have to wait and see how that one goes. YouTube's watching Harry Potter. Let me know which one. I've not watched Harry Potter in years. Oh, Lowry straight through. And that try's come from absolutely nowhere. And Ulster have scored. I mean, I've completely missed it. I just seen Lowry from the bottom corner of my left eye, absolutely sprinting through and scoring in the corner. I'll try and describe it to you. So it's a box kick from Steele. Lowry wins it in the air, dances through, and it's him against a prop. And then Scott Steele doesn't have the pace, and Lowry gets in the corner, and he's running from about 30 metres, pretty much unchallenged. Oh, that's awful. And for me, that's probably game over now. I've got to say, I think that's game over now. It's going to be a tough conversion to get, but I think it's going to be very, very tough for this team now to get anything. It's a tough conversion for Cooney. We'll have to wait and see if he can do it right. Let's get back to your comment. Rugby Geeks. Niels Chobel is backing possibly to lose Racing or Bordeaux to win. Aaron Z says, Quinn's going to lose or Quinn's going to make an epic comeback. Mate, they showed some signs with that try and then they go and concede a silly try like that. I think that's game over now for me. Exeter beat Toulouse in the semi-final last year. Yes, they did. Cooney's missed out. He's pulled that one wide, so it remains 29 points to 7 with just under 4 minutes to go. Just over 4 minutes to go, sorry. Agree or something to do if you ask that anyone outside France has a chance. I hope the French don't win. Well, fair enough. Don't write the reigning champions off for Exeter. Yeah, Exeter coming into a bit of form now, aren't they? Played really well against Lyon. Although Lyon aren't great, it's been tough. I don't see Exeter losing against Leinster. It'll be interesting to see how that game goes. Will be very much about the forward battle. I think if you win the physical battle in that one, I think you win the game. Let's have a look more at some of your comments. YouTube says Leinster might win, but he wants Exeter to win. Ferrero Rocher chocolate egg. Ooh, very posh. Very posh indeed. Your diet today has consisted of 6 beers and 3 double gins, no chocolate. Order of the Phoenix you're watching. Very underrated Harry Potter, in my opinion. Let's have a look. Quinn's won top 4. Yeah. I don't know why teams just don't go for this more. It's a brilliant trophy to have in the cabinet. 3.5 minutes to go in this one. Just had my fruit and nut dairy milk egg. Oh, interesting choice there. Let me know which Easter eggs you've had today. I'd be interested to know if you've had one. What have you had? And Harlequins have all their internationals back, which is good to see. Don't forget at halftime, we'll take a quick 2-minute break, but then we'll be back for the second half and to round up the action from the first half and have a bit of a chat about the other games today, because it's been a mad game in terms of results. But it's been a great day of rugby, hasn't it? A great weekend. I mean, it's been action-packed. So we're nearly at half-time now. I mean, Harlequins has shown a little bit more in the last 10 minutes. But you can see if Ulster speed the game up, they're just playing some really nice stuff at the minute, and they're really playing well. And to be honest, it's a little bit easy, if we're being totally honest. It's a little bit on the easy side for them, you'd have to say. So scrum to Ulster, 2 minutes to go until the break. So Ulster will look to kick this one away, just get some territory. Final try there for Ulster, you'd have to say. Real blow to this Quinn's side and to the game, really. I don't know, I just can't see it happening in this one. I mean, Ulster will really be targeting this competition, believing that they can win it. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Tigers wanted to go for the Prem, but go though. Privately educated, but not posh. If Dave Cherry played for Quins and he came on now, they would win easily. I mean, he did score a double. He did score a double against Italy, didn't he? So scrum goes down again. So Ulster will start the second half with a man in the bin for the first 30 seconds or so. Best player of all time. I love how the Brits are bragging about eating chocolate. If you drank more beer, you'd win more World Cups. The Welsh can drink, my friend. The Welsh can drink. So, 5 seconds to go of this first half. Ulster just going to kick it off, or they're going to look to play here. They look to play. Clock is in the red. Interesting to see what they do now. Do they kick? Clock in the red. Billy Burns says enough is enough, and the ball is off the pitch, and that is half time. So at half time, Ulster lead 29 points to 7 away at the Stoop. I mean, did we expect this big a gap between the two teams? Probably not. But did we expect the result to be this way? I think we did, if we're being totally honest. Quickly get your thoughts in on that first half in the comments, and then we'll go for a break for half time. But some great rugby so far. Thank you to everyone who subscribed tonight. We're actually getting really, really close to that target of 1,450. So if you've not yet done that, and you haven't yet done it, why haven't you done it? Hit the subscribe button down below. Right there, hit it. Just hit it. Free to do. Helps grow the channel. Right, so let's have a look at some of your comments on that first half. Dan Carter was the best to play. I don't know. I think I was pretty good back then. Dan Carter was absolutely brilliant. Was expecting a big win from Ulster. Beer and bog break. Absolutely. Of course, I'm going to hit the bog. Of course, I'm going to hit the bog. Let's have a look at some more of your comments just before we do go for that break. I was expecting Quinn to score maybe a few more points than they actually did. Dan Carter and Dave Cherry posters on his wall. Absolutely brilliant. So just to remind you then, tomorrow night, I'm going to drop a link to a channel in the chat. What I want you to do on the break is go to this channel and subscribe to it and hit the notification bell on it. Because tomorrow, as I said, it is going to be the Welsh Rugby Roundup show tomorrow evening. myself and Ben, who's been on the channel before, are going to wrap up the action from Europe, from the Welsh region's perspective, and have a more general chat about Welsh rugby and what's going on. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, do join us for that. So make sure during this little break now that you head over there, you subscribe to the channel, and then jump back over here as well. Hit the notification bell on there as well. That's the channel. So hit the link there and make sure to subscribe to it if you haven't done so already. Live tomorrow at 8:30, and we'll round up the action from Europe, from the Welsh perspective. It's been a horrific weekend for the Welsh regions. All 4 Welsh regions are out of Europe, so it is not ideal. Right, I'm going to drop out for 2 to 5 minutes. Make sure to head to that channel, subscribe, and then come back, get your questions, get your comments in. We'll wrap up the first half, have a talk about the rest of the games from the weekend, and I will be back in just a second. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel here, you've liked the stream as well, and head over to that channel, link in the description, in the chat, sorry. Head over there and make sure you subscribe to that channel. I'll see you in just a second. There we go. We are back for the second half. Keith, I just noticed your comment. This is not a actual live stream on the game. It is on BT Sport 3 if you want to watch it, but you are able to join us here as a watch along. So I'll keep you up to date on what is going on. But you're welcome to stick around if you want, pal, and we can keep you up to date on what's going on. Harlequins trailing by 7 points to 29. There's breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, in the rugby world. The Champions Cup quarterfinals have already been drawn. We know that, but we know what time they're going to be. So Saturday, we will have 2 watch-alongs, in fact. Let me share my screen with you. Let me show you something very, very exciting. Let me share this with you. The quarterfinals have been drawn. Here it is. There we go. So those are the quarterfinals for next weekend. So on Saturday, 10th of April, we have La Rochelle hosting Sale Sharks at 4 o'clock. That game will be on Channel 4. So you can watch that if you don't have BT Sport. That'll be free to watch. La Rochelle against Sale Sharks. What a quarterfinal that's going to be out in France. Then Exeter Chiefs host Leinster then at 5:30. Will the games be finished by the start of the second one? Not too sure if it will be. 22-5, just literally finishing as the Exeter Chiefs game kicks off. Bit crap timing that, isn't it? Let's be honest. Sunday then, we have Bordeaux against Racing at 1:30. We'll also do a watch-along for that. And then we have Clermont against Toulouse. We'll also do a watch-along for that. We're going to do a watch-along for each quarter-final. So I think we're waiting for the Challenge Cup ones to come out. I'll double-check to see. Well, they won't have been confirmed yet because we're still waiting to see the outcome of this. Let me just double-check. No, okay, it hasn't been confirmed for the Challenge Cup. So that's all the quarter-finals. La Rochelle is local time, so that's probably going to be... oh, yes, of course. Very well pointed out. Very well pointed out. Very well pointed out indeed. So, do you know what? You are a genius. Yes. So that will be, are they an hour ahead of us? I think La Rochelle will be an hour ahead of us here in the UK. Yeah, La Rochelle are an hour ahead of us. So if that's local time, that's going to be kicking off at 5 p.m. So we'll have to make a decision on which game to do. Again, I'll leave that to you guys to vote on the community tab. I would lean towards Leinster against Exeter, to be honest. So a lot of English fans and Irish fans would want to see that. But we can certainly keep an eye out on it, can't we? We could always start the La Rochelle one and come over to Sale Sharks, but probably, I'm not too sure. I'll have to think about that. But then the Sunday, we'll do those 2 games, Bordeaux against Racing and Clermont versus Toulouse. Right, so let's have a chat about that first half. Thoughts on that first half, folks? Let me know, what is your thoughts? How good have Ulster been in attack? They've looked very, very good, haven't they? Do let me know your thoughts. And let's round up the rest of the action as well from the weekend. Let's go through it all. So we'll go through the Challenge Cup and the Champions Cup as well. For Wales rugby fan, it's going to be a tough read, this one. So on Friday night, we started. Actually, let me just share my screen to make it a little bit more interesting. You don't have to look at my ugly mug for the whole thing. That's what you can see. And you can see yourselves in the chat. There you go, on the side. Beautiful stuff. Right. The results from the weekend look like this. Leinster against Toulon. The Toulon boys were out eating waffles again, weren't they? So that was cancelled, but Leinster went through. That was confirmed later in the afternoon. Gloucester played against La Rochelle. La Rochelle was so good. I was so impressed by them. I don't think they'll win the competition, but I think they'll go pretty far in this one. I expect them to beat Sale, to be honest. Then in the Challenge Cup on the Friday, we saw Bath beat Zebra. Zebra actually put up a really good fight. I was impressed by Zebra. Good to see them playing some good rugby. London Irish against Cardiff Blues. Oh my gosh, what happened with Cardiff Blues? What happened with them? Absolutely shambles at the end there. Fair play to London Irish, should keep going. Again, we'll really look more into that tomorrow night on the Welsh Rugby Roundup show on the 3bod YouTube channel. Montpellier beat Glasgow. Glasgow got a man sent off in that one. On the Saturday then, we saw Wasps and Clermont play out classic, and Clermont winning in injury time. Toulouse, Munster, what a game that was. 40 points to 33, and of course Antoine Dupont getting a try. When didn't he score? He just scores all the time. Exeter beat Lyon pretty comfortably, 47 points to 25. In the Challenge Cup, Benetton beat Agen 29-16. Ospreys, my team, unfortunately lost against Newcastle Falcons 28-24. The Dragons somehow lost against Northampton. I don't know what happened. I mean, I was watching the game. I caught 3/4 of the game, and Dragons were flying in that one, and then it was just like completely capitulated. And then last night we saw Leicester Tigers. We did a watch on for that one. Leicester Tigers win that one, 48 points to 32. And then today we've seen Racing beat Edinburgh 56 points to 3. Bordeaux have beaten Bristol 36 points to 17. Is that a shock, would you say? I would consider that a little bit of shock. Leaders in the Prem. Bordeaux, I think, are 4th or 5th, maybe, in the top 14. And then Sale absolutely battered Scarlets. Absolutely battered them. So it says all it needs to say about Welsh Regional Rugby. Those are the results from today. The Challenge Cup games are confirmed. Let me take a look at that. I think Ulster are back out on the pitch. Indeed, they have. Has a time been confirmed? Doesn't look like it yet. Doesn't look like a time's been confirmed, does it? No, it hasn't been confirmed, the times on the Challenge Cup, as far as I can see. Oh, they're just showing it on the TV, and I literally just missed it. That's a pain in the butt. Actually, I might be able to see it here. No, it hasn't updated. Okay. We'll have to keep an eye out on when they are. But we will be doing watch-longs for all of them if we can. Right, Ulster back on the pitch for the second half. Make sure if you're watching, remember this is just a watch-long. It's not the actual live stream. The game is on BT Sport here in the UK. I can't show the game because of copyright. But feel free to join us for the second half here as we watch this one together. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're really close now to hitting that goal, 1,450 by the end of the stream. We're really close to hitting that. So it'd be great to hit that if we can. And the big goal really is to hit 1,500 over the next month or so, ideally. Hopefully over the next 2 weeks, actually. Right, off we go. The second half has begun. Let me know how you see the second half going. Oh my gosh, Harlequins thought they had broken away there, but not quite. Call back for a knock on there. Do you know what I think will be the interesting thing? It's to see with the quarterfinals now is whether teams begin to take it more seriously because they're into the quarterfinals. So Leicester rested a lot of players. As Luchip says, they're a very good side, and Freddie says obviously there are loads of better players coming in. Will they look to put a more experienced side out and say, right, this is a chance. We are 3 games away from winning this competition now. Will teams take it more seriously? Scrum to Ulster then here. They've looked very, very good in the first half. The game, in my opinion, is probably over. But we've seen some good comebacks this weekend, especially in the Challenge Cup. We've seen some brilliant comebacks in the Challenge Cup. Ulster still down to 14 men. Lowry sent to the bin 9 minutes before the half-time whistle. So he'll be coming on very soon. Harlequins going through the forwards here just outside their own 22. You'd expect Scott Steele to kick this one away, which he will. He'll take his time with it. Roman Pratt tells him to hurry up. I mean, it's pretty poor kick there. Balacum catches. So good attacking opportunity here for Ulster. Just over the 10-metre line in the Harlequins half. Good carry there by the front rower. Cooney into Balacum. Advantage to Ulster here. Big chance here for Ulster to really kill this game off. I think the game's over, but it'll be a good opportunity for them to kill it off. Ball out wide, Billy Burns, Lowry, the try scorer, steps beautifully. Oh, lovely offload. Oh, so close to working to Balacum. No advantage though, so they'll come back for the original penalty. Richard Huey, you're a legend. Thank you very much. I will have a look at them. Are they on Twitter, yeah? I know the Champions Cup have, but I can't seem to find the Challenge Cup. I know the dates, but I don't know the times. So if you can DM me on Twitter that would be wonderful. Knocked forward here from Ulster from the line-outs off their penalty. So Quinn's with a bit of free play. And they do kick it. Lang kicks in the end. Lowry has some time. Lowry carries. He's looked dangerous with ball in hand. Similar to Matthew Morgan in style. Not great defensively. Going forward is absolutely brilliant. It's on the website. Okay, brilliant. I'll take a look at that in just a second. Aha, I have found them. Okay, that's not too bad times. So we got Bath against London Irish at 8 o'clock on Friday night. So that will more than like that will be the Friday night watch along. Bath against London Irish. We'll do that on the Friday night. 12:30 then we have Leicester Tigers taking on Newcastle Falcons. We'll do that one as well on the Saturday. Then we have at 4 o'clock local time, we have La Rochelle against Sale. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to fit that one in. Maybe we can squeeze in with Exeter against Leinster. We'll definitely do Exeter against Leinster. And on the Sunday, then we have Bordeaux. No, sorry. Wait, let me start again. So Friday night, we have Bath against London Irish, which we'll 100% do 8 o'clock kickoff. Then on the Saturday, the first game on the Saturday then is Leicester Tigers against Newcastle Falcons in the Challenge Cup. That's at 12:30. Then after that, we jump back to the Champions Cup with La Rochelle against Sale at 4 o'clock, which would be local time. So that'll be 5 p.m. our time. So we won't have any time to do that. So we won't do that one. We then have Exeter against Leinster at 5:30, which we'll certainly do. We then head over to Northampton against the winner of this match, Harlequins or Ulster, most likely Ulster, at 8 p.m. Then at 9 p.m. we have Montpellier against Benetton. That's 9 p.m. local time, so that'll be 8 p.m. our time. So we'll do the Northampton game for that one for sure. And then on the Sunday, we have Bordeaux against Racing. That's 1:30 local time, so that'll be 12:30 our time. And then we have Clermont against Toulouse, which will be 3 o'clock our time. There we go. We got there in the end. I'll put it in the community tab over the week what games we are doing. Cheers, Freddie. Really appreciate that, mate. That's brilliant. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. That's awesome. Cheers. There they are indeed. So, yeah, all there. So, yeah, over the week, I'll put on the community tab what games we'll be doing and when we'll be doing them and how you can get involved. I have a few ideas of how I could change the watch-alongs up a little bit. So I need to work on them a bit. This first 6 minutes or so has been a little bit scrappy in the second half. Ulster have won it at the breakdown. Lowry winning the turnover. I think if you're Ulster, you take the points here. Have I got Insta? I do not, but I do have Twitter and Facebook. Twitter is the best one to reach me. I'll drop my link in the chat if people want to go follow me. Again, no pressure if you don't want to, but it's there if you would like to follow me. So my Twitter is linked in the chat if people would like to follow me. I don't tweet that much interesting stuff, just usually when Swansea lose, which is pretty often at the minute. Or the Ospreys. So 7 minutes into this one, I mean, you still feel like it's too much for Quinn to do. Changes for Quins, though. A change. Kerrod is on for Collier. I think it's just a HIA. Yeah, it's a big shame, Freddie, isn't it? That it's not Tigers against Ospreys. That would have been a great watch-along to do. A few interesting words would have been said on that one. Ulster opting to go for the corner here. Chakue is on also onto the pitch, so he is on. He is on for Ulster. So that change has gone through. So driving more for Ulster here. They're looking for their 5th try of the match and really to kill this game off with just over half an hour to go. Advantage to Ulster here. Is this going to be a yellow? No. So Billy Burns goes to the corner. The driving more's going to come again. I've nearly finished them all. I've got 2 left. 2 left. Here comes the driving maul. Crossing. Ulster penalised for crossing there. So Harlequins with a massive let-off. Is that the boost that they need? Is that the boost that they need? Bosh them in one, rugby geeks. Only got 1 left now. Only got 1 left, I'm afraid. They are delightful. They're so good, though. So line out 2 Quins on the halfway line. With the Jordan's jumper. It's one of my favourite hoodies. I have no idea where it is, though. I'll have to try and find it. Right, here come Harlequins powering forward up to the halfway line. If they're going to have any chance in this game, you feel they need to score in the next 2 minutes, really, to give them any chance. Oh, I forgot these are popping candy, so I just got popping candy going like this. Scott Steele shoving off the counter ruck in there. I mean, Harlequins not making much ground, to be honest. If we're being honest, it's been a very, very, very easy night for Ulster. I just don't get why teams don't go for this more, this competition more. I understand in the group stages, if it's knocked on from Harlequins, but they did have the advantage for an offside. I don't understand why teams don't go for this. Let me know in the chat. Would you rather see your team go for this competition and potentially win it, or would you rather see your team just play some youngsters and see some, and your coach just say go for it? Because I would say just try and win the competition. One, it brings more money to the club. It's awesome to have. Wait a minute, who didn't pay the super chat now? He puts more clothes on. I'll tease you, folks. So Quinn's with an opportunity here. Steele into the forwards. Good carry here from Harlequins. This is probably the best spell of play Harlequins have had all game, and it's only taken them 50 minutes. I think he's over the ball. No, he's not. So Quins keep the ball. Steele fires it out wide. Has that been knocked forward? It has indeed. And all that hard work comes to nothing. And Ulster will have the putting out the scrum. Absolutely. I say you go and win it. You go and try and win the competition. The Pro 14 is the Pro 14. I get that nothing to play for with the Rainbow Cup coming up, but concede done it. Yeah, the Rainbow Cup obviously is coming up. There's a lot of interest about that with the South African teams and what the implications of them really being in this competition. I mean, I said it last night. In the next 10 years, South Africa will join the Six Nations. I don't want it to see. And my South African guys in the chat, love you guys, love what you bring, but yeah. For me, the Six Nations is a special tournament, and having a Southern Hemisphere team in it does not make sense. Does not make sense at all, in my opinion. A Rugby Geek says, are you going to win the Prem? Not likely. Silverware. Take what's on offer unless it's the Prem Cup. Yeah, 100%. I mean, let's be honest. A team like the Dragons last night, if they'd have beat Northampton, yeah, there's a lot of difficult teams in this competition. The Dragons, in the next 10 years, are not going to win the Pro 14. It's not going to happen. And that's not me hating on the Dragons, because I actually think they made some big strides over the last couple of seasons under Dean Ryan. But they're not going to win the Pro 14. They probably have a better chance of winning this competition than that. So why not just go for it? I don't get it. James Cody disagrees, though. I had to watch Leinster play it in 2013 and never want to watch Leinster play in that competition. It's so dull, especially when you're in the Odds. I disagree. Look at some of the results from this weekend. Some of the best games we've had this weekend have come in the Challenge Cup. I mean, you look at London Irish against Cardiff Blues. What a game that was. What a roller coaster of a game that was. Yeah, the quality is not at the level of the Champions Cup. Absolutely, it's not. But is it? I don't know. Yeah, that's very, very true. Very much true. It's the same here in Wales. The Welsh Premiership was stopped back in September after they tried to restart it. And we've had no rugby since. And the Welsh Rugby Union have announced some things about return to play. But again, I mean, looking at that, and we'll discuss that more in the Welsh Rugby Roundup show tomorrow night. Once that link is live tomorrow, I'll put it on the community tab, so make sure you hit the reminder on that. I completely forgot what I was saying. Yes, the return to play. I mean, we're not looking for the new season realistically to be kicking off until next year, until January next year. That's what's been proposed by the Welsh Rugby Union. January 2020 is when they're expecting competitive rugby to be back across Wales at grassroots level and up. It's absolutely madness. And so in the Welsh Premiership, that's not happened. So a lot of the boys who play for the regions will go on loan to these teams. And that's just not happened this season. So some of the lads would not have played rugby in pretty much a year. Just a heck of a long time. Let's have a look at some more of the comments. Great games, Leicester against Connacht. There are some good teams in this competition as well. There are some good teams in this competition. John Cooney's busted through a gap there, but it has been hauled down. Harlequins coming forward. Billy Burns spreads it out to Stockdale. Stockdale's had a very, very quiet game. There will be a line out to Ulster. just outside the 22. No worries. We don't want the Box to play in the Six Nations either. I understand that, but when you come from Tyrannica, yeah, exactly. Expectation. Success brings expectation, doesn't it? Let's have a look at some more comments. The French clubs have done really well. We normally do a Bank of Ireland League and Leinster Schools Club, etc. It's mostly from kids, etc. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see the impact of the pandemic and the lack of rugby over the past year on the group who really would have looked to get into rugby. You know, when you're 5, 6 and you're down to your local rugby club for the first time, how many of them will have been missed? How many of them won't be going in the next year? Be interesting to see. On the return to rugby, we have returned to rugby. It's not great, but there are a few saying content adapted content matches can resume for 28th of April. Be interested to see how that goes. Some of the Premier lads have gone on loan to the Championship. Indeed, they have. So 25 minutes away from the end of this one. I mean, we have not had any points for 15 minutes in this one. It remains 29 points to 7. The game is over by now, I think. You see Chuku there carrying well. Advantage to Ulster, about 7 metres out. Ball comes out to Billy Burns. McCluskey tries the chip. It might actually work here, and it won't quite work for them, so they'll come back for the penalty. We've done it, guys. We've hit 1,450 subs. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. If you're watching, you have not yet done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But thank you very much to everyone who has subscribed. It's much appreciated. Thank you. Let's have a look at some more of your comments. YouTube says, I'm playing my first match in 3 weeks, and it's against the Scottish champions in my age bracket. Oh, see how you go, mate. Hope that goes well for you. Who's going to be my Challenge Cup final? Oh, it's a tough one. I'm going to say Ulster against... I'll say Ulster-Leicester. Ulster-Leicester. I'm going to say Ulster-Leicester. I think that could be quite a realistic one. Ooh, you might have a chance to play in Murrayfield. That'd be pretty cool. Definitely. I'm just going to leave that comment there. We're just going to leave it there. And let's see what happens in the next few years when it comes to Six Nations. I know most South African fans don't want it to happen, but money will decide it indeed with CBC. Rugby Geeks. Rugby Geeks, by the way, has a brilliant channel. If you're not yet checked it out, make sure to check it out. He's recently hit 51 subs. So if you have not yet subscribed to his channel, make sure to head over there. Let's try and push him towards that 100 subscribers. Let's see if we can push him towards that. So make sure to head over there and subscribe to his channel, Rugby Geeks, on YouTube. Also looking to get their next try here. And once again, Herring has crossed, and that will be the game over from the driving wall. And Ulster have won this game for sure now and booked their place into the quarterfinals. $34 points to 7. I'm going to drop a link to Rugby Geeks' channel in the chat now. So if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do head over there and subscribe. Brilliant channel. There's a lot of watch-alongs, but also some different content as well. I know he's got a lot of great plans. Make sure to head over there, subscribe to his channel. Let's push him towards that 100 subs if we can do that. Right, Cooney is looking to add the 2 points here. Cooney kicks, it swerves successfully, and Ulster up to the 36-point mark. So Ulster 36, Harlequins 7. I mean, it's been over as a competition for a very, very long time. The Czech is the Posey legend. Not at all. I think I'm going to say something a little bit controversial, which might upset a few rugby YouTubers, but I'm just going to say it because I think it needs to be said. Too many people are precious about their content and about their channels. And if we work together, people will grow more. That is the way to do it. Grow the communities together. And that's what I'm trying to do. And I know Rugby Geeks are very keen on that. So I know Freddie's keen on that. So let's try and grow the channels together. People are too precious about their content. I understand if you have a great idea, it's your idea. And if I saw someone's other video and said, you know, like if I said, right, I really like that guy's video, I will message that guy personally, say, is it okay if I have this idea for a video similar to yours? I'm not stealing your idea, but this is what I think. Is it all right? And I'll mention you in the video, say you've done it, people check you out. It's very, very important that because people are way too precious about it. And, you know, if we work together, we'll grow together a little bit more. That's my point for the day. There we go. But no, definitely support each other, guys, and check out others' channels. And, you know, like I've had people who watch this channel message me saying, can we do a collab on something? Absolutely. Let's do it. So if you have a channel and you want to collab on something, let me know. I'm more than happy to jump on your channel. I'll try and fit you in on my channel, but I can't promise anything because it's so busy. Oh, Billy Burns has intercepted it. And Billy Burns scores for Ulster under the post. And that is absolutely out of nowhere. And Ulster really beginning to run away with this one now. This is getting a bit embarrassing for Quins. But yeah, if you have a channel and you want me to come on your channel, just send me a message on Twitter or Facebook. More than happy to jump on if I am able to and I am free. Right, let's have a look at some more of your comments. Absolutely agree with you, mate. Absolutely agree with you. And there's a lot of ideas here on the channel, folks, that I'm working on at the minute. With work and uni, it's kind of mad at the minute with busyness. But hopefully in the summer, things will change a little bit in regards to a couple of bits, which give me more time. So there we go, 43 points to 7. 7 points away from the 50. Hit me up on Twitter, my friend. Hit me up on Twitter. Changes for Quins. Head is on for Liar. Tapuaya is on for Lasike. The crazy thing is, we still have 20 minutes to go in this one. Tapuaya tackled. Just outside the 22 here, Quins. We still have 20 minutes to go in this one. I mean, Ulster could really rack up the scoreboard. I know 2 Cents Rugby pretty well. Well, I don't know him personally, but I know he makes some great content. YouTube, hit me up if you want to. That's absolutely fine. Again, I'm not promising I will because I might be busy or something like that, but I'm always eager to work with other people and help other people out because it's how we grow as a community. And at the end of the day, we do this because we love rugby. That's the big thing at the end of the day. Big hit coming in there from Jacob Stockdale. Never thought I'd say that sentence. I know Gareth Mason pretty well. I've done a few bits with him on the Three Border Rugby Group channel. So here come Quinns on the halfway line. Ulster have pushed them all the way back from their 22 all the way to the halfway line. It's very, very impressive defence, this from Ulster. Oh, half a gap there for the lock, but he's tackled well by Herring. Has Herring got 3 tries? Gareth Mason is a really good YouTuber, yeah. I thought his video he did on mental health recently was really good. He spoke really well on it. It's an important topic to talk about. Thought he spoke really well on that. Really important to talk about those kind of things. 17 minutes to go. Advantage to Harlequins on the halfway line. Trying the little kick over the top. It's not going to work, I don't think. So they'll come back for the original penalty. What do Harlequins here? Well, they're not going to win the game, but I guess they have to show some ambition and go to the corner. Change for Ulster. Oh, Sullivan's job is done. Warwick comes on. Of course, he was red carded against Leinster a few weeks ago, wasn't he? Remember correctly. I think you can say that by now. I mean, if Ulster get to the 50, then it's getting really embarrassing. That's a huge hit coming in there. Scott Steele goes alone, tackled by Herring. Advantage to Harlequins here. They are 7 metres out. Five metres out. Coming forward well. Still advantage. Oh, carried well here, Harlequins, 1 metre out. Can they get it down on the base of the post? I have no idea if this is a try. They're going to check it. They're going to check the grounding of this one. It is Tizard who's put it on the base of the post, I believe, which is a try. So let's have a look. Has he grounded this? Well, that angle is an awful angle because the post is in the way. We can't see if it's on the line. Try's given. Try for Quinns. Try for Quinns. Well, 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 well. So Harlequins, 12 points to 43. There'll be a conversion right in front of the post, which will make it 14-43. It's just too much of a gap, isn't it? Heading into the final 15, you'd have to say. Sorry, Jake Kenningham got the try. My apologies. First try for him in his first appearance in the Challenge Cup. And the conversion is added. Ulster 43, Harlequins 14. The game's been over for a long time. Madigan is on for Burns at 10. So that change has happened. Mathewson is on for Cooney as well. Cooney's had a fairly quiet game from his high standards that we usually see. Here come Ulster though. Lowry, there's a little bit of space out wide. Really good step inside from the back rower there. Mathewson gets the ball out. Ball out wide here. Oh, the Red Sea's opened. Ball inside. And Mathewson scores for Ulster. I mean, Quinn's is all good work. And then they concede one straight after. What is going on there? I mean, the centre for Ulster, I believe it's McCluskey, has the full pitch to play with there. He has the full pitch to play with. And he just plays it inside. And as any good scrum half would do, offers a brilliant support line. And it's right under the post. And Ulster are going to hit the 50-point mark in this one. Madigan will look to make it 50, but he's going to get it over because it's right under the post, which he does. Ulster have hit the 50. It's a great night if you're an Ulster fan. If you're a Quinn's fan, it's probably not the best night, is it? It's probably not the best night. Changes for Quinn's now. 13 minutes to go in this one. Lowry is also off. So Kavubati is on for Tizard. Jure Visus is on for White for Harlequins. So that change has gone through. Those changes have gone through for the home side. And once again, penalised at the breakdown here, Quinn's. They're kind of shooting themselves in the foot, you'd have to say. Quinn's knew it was coming, smashing or hiding. I mean, a bit of both, to be honest. I mean, you looked at the teams and... yeah, it wasn't great, was it? So we have one Pro 14 team in the Champions Cup quarterfinals, and we will have two Pro 14 teams in a Challenge Cup quarterfinals in Benetton and Ulster. No, I've got hiccups. Ian Madigan tries to get the long kick. And luckily for him, it's gone out. Ulster couldn't quite, Harlequins couldn't quite keep it alive. So 12 minutes to go. 50 points to 14. I mean, it was over as a contest pretty much at half time. Here come Ulster looking to play some beautiful rugby now. Mathewson, Stockdale. A little bit selfish there. Probably should have passed. Ball is out. It's gone forward, though. So advantage to Quinn's inside their own 22. Can Quinn show us a little bit of something? Can they show us a little bit of something? Jack Stafford is on for his debut. Can Ulster get another try to take them over the 50-point mark? Madigan gets the ball out. McCluskey fires it out to Ballacoom. Ballacoom's going to back himself a pace. Stockdale offers a brilliant support line. This could be the next try. It's knocked forward while they were through in on goal. This is not going to count. I'm pretty sure that was knocked forward. I'm pretty sure this is knocked forward. It's come off the Harlequins player, then it's fine, but I think this has come off an Ulster man. Let's have a look. Stockdale fires it in. I think that's off the Harlequins man. I think that's off Lang. I think that's off Harlequins. I think this is going to be given as a try. I mean, the camera's so blurry, we can't see. Yeah, that's off the Harlequins, man. Try for Ulster. This is going to take them over the 50-point mark. So this is going to be a try for Ulster. Ulster up to the 55 points. I don't know what Roman Platt's waiting for. He's clearly been knocked back by the Harlequins man. It's clearly been knocked by the Quins man. Harlequins aren't complaining about it. James Lang knocks it back off his hand. Jeez, took a while for them to work that out. We knew straight away, didn't we? So 55 points to 14. The conversion for Madigan should be fairly simple. Still 10 minutes to go in this one. We said they could look to rack the scoreboard up. Here, Madigan adds the 2, so we're up to the 57-point mark. It's getting a little bit embarrassing for Quins now. I mean, I know the team and the quality difference. Who's there? Chris Riley. Is this a record home defeat in Europe for Quins? I'm not too sure. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. I mean, it's an unlucky try to concede, but the try was coming, really, in that situation. And gone backwards off Ulster, so they keep the ball here. Still 10 minutes to go. They'll want to get over the 60-point mark. They won't be done here. They're looking to play. Ball out wide. Stockdale inside. Good hands from Hume. Matthewson into the forwards. On the 10-metre line, they're looking to run this from their own half, which is very, very impressive. And Ulster are probably one of the better teams in the Pro 14. Ballacoom's in a lot of space here. Now, we know how quick this man can be. He needs a bit of support, though. We come again. Madigan into Herring. Herring finds McCluskey to Hume. Slow down that move a little bit. Advantage to Ulster. I mean, the quality difference is just night and day, really. But it's spaced out wide. Ballacoom, once again, will look to stretch his legs. Tackled well, though. Oh, and it's been knocked forward by Ulster, so advantage turns to Quins. Oh, knocked forward from Quins, apparently. Still advantage then, just outside the 22. Ulster have gone from their own 22 here. Are they going to go the length of the field and score here? Matthewson tries to go alone, creeps into the 22. Down to the forwards, McCluskey. Stockdale dummies, should have passed. Was selfish. They had the advantage. Anyway, right, let's have a look at some more of your comments. Great-great-grandpa from Ulster. Wow. Out in the US. Hope you're doing well. Sean Mahone asks, do you think Ulster are looking like winners of competition on their day? They're a really good team. It's difficult to judge because this Harlequins side is so inexperienced, so young, or very much fringe players. But they're looking very good tonight. They're playing some lovely stuff. And if you look at the teams left in the Challenge Cup, there are some decent sides, yes. So you still got Bath, but Bath and London Irish are two very good sides, and one of them is going to get knocked out. Leicester Tigers will probably beat Newcastle, you'd think. Montpellier aren't that great, but you'd expect them to beat Benetton. So then, for me, it's going to be a Leicester-Ulster final, unless you get Leicester and Ulster in the semis. So that's how I would see it at this point. Line out here to Ulster. They've lost the ball at the line out. That'll be disappointing for them. Quinn's looking to play from their own 22 with 6.5 minutes to go. Andrew is on for Herring. Herring scored a couple of tries there, maybe even 3. Freddie Clark says the difference has been massive. I mean, it has, hasn't it? And it's difficult to judge. It's like when you play against Italy in the Six Nations. Italy are so bad and such a young team on the whole. It's difficult to judge where you're at. But for confidence, I think you would be very, very happy with this. Advantage to Quinn's just outside their own 22 here. Nothing comes from that part of play there, so they'll come back for the original penalty. Well, Rory Best is picking the man of the match. Let me know who'd be man of the match in your opinion. Sean Ridey has won it. Let me know. I think Ulster against Leicester as a final, Freddie, would be a great final. Two very contrasting styles. Very contrasting styles. But Ulster shown they can use the driving maul as well. Very contrasting styles. But it would be a good final. So Harlequins on the halfway line. 5 minutes to go in this one. Is that a high tackle? Roman Pratt telling the scrum off the ball is there. The scrum off just keeps pushing and shoving. Good defence this from Ulster. They're trying to hold the man up pretty much on every single one. Madigan makes the tackle up to the 10-metre line here. Quinn's looking to finish on a positive after a very, very disappointing night. I mean, Ulster have scored 8 tries tonight. Quinn starting to come forward. Let's quickly have a look at some more of your comments. I'm hoping Saints will somehow beat Ulster. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to see that, isn't it? Quinn's played like the Joker tonight. How are the Scottish players getting on? Well, we had Lang and Scottsdale. Scottsdale had a very quiet game. I think Lang showed a little bit of opportunities and a little bit of moments here and there. Saints could be at full strength. ESPN Plus only show Pro 14 now. It's $50. Yeah, get the games replayed on YouTube. Yeah, want to support the league. I mean, it's tough, isn't it? It's very, very difficult. I mean, one thing Major League Rugby in the USA are doing, which is really good to see, is making it free. It's free to watch on the Rugby Network. If you go on the rugbynetwork.com, you make an account, just put an email in and your name in, and you can watch Major League Rugby for free live, which is awesome. Stephen, don't spam that, mate, please. It's great that you're doing that, but just message me first if you want to do that. But yeah, Stephen will be doing a match reaction on his channel after this if people want to check it out. Right, Harlequins going for the driving maul here, looking to finish on a flourish. It has gone down. They are pushing. Really good tackle there. Ulster still fighting to the end, even though they've won this one. They're going for the line. I think he's got there. It is a try in the end. And finally, Quins have something to celebrate. Jordan Els crosses over. $19 points to 57. They will get over the 20-point mark with a conversion here. And 2 points are added. So Quinn's up to 21 points. It's all good, Stephen. If the problem is if you do it and I don't pick up on it, then everyone will start to do it. And I'm all for supporting creators. It's just that if it's in the chat every 10 seconds, it takes over the chat a little bit. That's all. But yes, I did share Stephen's channel on my community tab 2 days ago, I believe, when he was doing a preview. So if you want to check out his match reaction, make sure to head to Stephen Somerville Irish Rugby. And is it Irish Rugby or is it Ulster Rugby? Irish Rugby, and check that out if you want to. Big Ulster fan. He'll give you the lowdown on the game if you missed any of it. Right, we're into the final minute here. Very impressive from Ulster tonight. Quinn's shown signs with these youngsters, but with the team they put out, they were never going to win. Backwards there. Oh, what are you doing? I mean, the ball's going everywhere, and it's a line out to Quins in the end, inside their own 22. I have no idea what happened with the ball there. Could be their record loss. Oh. Absolutely agree with you, Stephen. And if people are creators in the chat and they want to work with me and do something with me, then just hit me up on Twitter. That's the best way to reach me. And if I have the time to do it, absolutely I will. Doesn't matter if you have 1 subscriber, if you have 1 million subscribers, I'm happy to work with you. It really doesn't matter to me. That ball's been knocked forward. And there we go. That's the final whistle. Ulster have won here 21 points to 57 over the Quins. And I mean, it's been an absolute hiding and a record defeat for Quins, I believe, in Europe. It has been. Let me know your final thoughts in the chat before we log off. Let me know your thoughts on this one. So Ulster against Northampton Saints. What a game that's going to be. What a game that's going to be. Any last thoughts in the chat? Get them in now and we'll go over them quickly. But that is the final score. Look at that scoreline. What a scoreline that is. Let's quickly remind us what's happening next weekend. Let's remind ourselves what's happening. We'll have a look and remind ourselves of the fixtures for the coming weekend. So what a weekend of rugby we have had. So next weekend, Friday night kicks off with the first quarterfinal of the Challenge Cup. It is Bath hosting London Irish, 8 o'clock kickoff. We'll do a watch along for that one here on the channel. That is a massive, massive clash, an all-English affair, that one. So that is the first one of the day. Then on the Saturday, 10th of April, Leicester, Freddie Clark's team, Leicester Tigers host Newcastle at 12:30. We'll also do a watch-along for that one. Freddie, I'll be in touch with you about working together maybe on that if you're up for that, mate. Then we have... where am I? I've got confused. Then we have, in the Champions Cup, then we have La Rochelle against Sales Sharks at 4 o'clock out in France. We then have Exeter Chiefs against Leinster at 5:30. And then back to the Challenge Cup, then we have Northampton against Ulster at 8 o'clock on Saturday night. And then we have Montpellier against Benetton at 9 o'clock. And then on the Sunday, we have Bordeaux-Bègles against Racing at 1:30, with Clermont against Toulouse at 4 o'clock. So there we go. That are the games. Let's have a look at some of your comments just before we wrap it up. Stand up for the Ulster man, indeed. Saints Ulster tie the round. It's going to be a great game. Good for you, buddy. Thank you. Rugby Geese, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Have I ever checked out the Rugby Analyst? Yeah, he makes some great content. Absolutely. I have no words. I'm just shocked that Quinn's got smashed. I'm not all that shocked, to be honest, but I didn't expect it to be that much. I expected Ulster to win, but not by that much. Good stream. Thank you very much. Yep, awesome. I'll be in touch with you during the week, my friend. Great stream. Thank you very much then to everyone who has watched. If you've not yet subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're pushing towards 1,500 subs. So by this time next week, hopefully we'll have hit it. So that's what we want to be able to do. A couple of videos on the way this week for you. And obviously we'll have our previews on Thursday night. And don't forget, tomorrow night, Welsh Rugby Roundup Show on the 3BOD Rugby Group YouTube channel at 8:30. Myself and Ben will look back at the action for the Welsh regions in Europe. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. If you've not yet hit the like button, make sure that you do so. Subscribe, and I'll see you very, very soon. Cheers, Aaron. Appreciate that. I'll see you very, very soon. Have a great week.